Hello, everybody. I want to use this opportunity to address the federal government of Nigeria, especially our President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, the killing of Christians that have happened within a week alone. There have been 4 Christians that have been brutally murdered, killed like chickens in their own country. We used to see this scenario of what Boko Haram is doing right now. We used to see something like that, this kind of pictures coming from Syria, coming from Iraq. But this is happening in Nigeria right now. Young people being killed in cold-blooded fashion. And this is just horrible what we are experiencing right now. So my own solution, the only solution, President Buhari, you've got to listen to this now, and the Senate, and the only solution is and I think this is the only solution. We should agree to that. We should throw away the national pride that we have our own army, that our own army should counter Boko Haram. We've got to admit that our own army cannot force Boko Haram to cease operation. We need international coalition, not just West African coalition, not just African coalition. We need international coalition right now. So please, the government of Nigeria, President Buhari, the Speaker of the Senate, and the House of Representatives, I'm calling on all of you. Let us make an appeal to the international body, to the UN, to American government, to Russian government. Let us invite them officially to come with their army. Don't be afraid of invasion. I think that is what we are all afraid of. We are afraid of our sovereignty. We are losing our sovereignty right here. Only not just the sovereignty we are losing, but we are also losing people's lives on a daily basis. If you don't want the country to disintegrate, if you don't want the country to fall apart, call for international soldiers right now. Call for international armed forces intervention in the fight against Boko Haram. We will not be the first country to do this. Countries have always invited other countries. Let's sign the agreement with some foreign forces, some foreign powers, and let them come with their forces and help us fight this monster that is called Boko Haram. Since we cannot undo it ourselves, let's bring in the international community to join forces with us. We did that for Libya as a country. If we did that for Libya, other countries should be ready to come and do the same thing for us. We need the help of international community now. Let's call on international armed forces to come and help us fight Boko Haram. And we are not the only country to do this. Many countries have done this in the past. We did it in Liberia. We sent our soldiers to die for the Liberian people. We also sent our soldiers to Congo in the 50s to fight, and many of them gave their lives. We have sent our soldiers to Sierra Leone and many other places. So it's time for you to use that opportunity. What we have done for other people should be willing to do for us. Let's write a letter to the European Union. Let European Union do what they are doing right now in Iraq. Let them do it for us, because European Union have their soldiers in Iraq. America has their soldiers in Iraq. America have their soldiers in Syria. America have sent their soldiers to Somalia. Americans have done intervention, in many countries where they have, been able to bring about some change. They've done the same thing in Iraq. They have, they've done the same thing in Syria of recent. Let us call upon let's put up together international coalition of armed forces. Let's get 50 countries together. Let's get 20 countries. What is our diplomacy doing? Minister of Foreign Affairs and people in charge of our diplomacy. It is time right now to call in the armed forces. We should let the world know that the fight against Boko Haram is as bad as the fight against ISIS. That no one single country could fight ISIS. To fight and defeat ISIS, it was a coalition of forces. Now, we must do the same thing with Boko Haram. We must know that Boko Haram is another ISIS. And one country cannot fight and win that fight. The fight against terrorism must be international. So please, I hope the Nigerian government will hear my call today. Let us go to Russia. Russia sent their military force to Syria and they helped to defeat ISIS. America sent their army to Syria and they helped to defeat ISIS. France did the same thing. They did the same thing against Libya. But this time, we are, as a sovereign country and as the government of Nigeria, we should be the ones inviting these armed forces to come and go to Maiduguri area, Borno State, and Zamfara forest, and lead the fight against Boko Haram. If you are really serious, President Buhari, about defeating Boko Haram, is not enough. We cannot defeat Boko Haram just with the forces of Cameroon and Chad, and and all those countries near us, and Niger. We need international forces, coalition of international forces. Please, let us act on this. This video must not be repeated again. See young people in their prime who have not even started their lives being murdered in cold blood. Apart from this, there was another boy that was just murdered also this same week. Apart from this also, there was the chairman of Khan, that was also murdered. What is this? If the Nigerian army cannot cope with it, let us go to the international community for help. This must not continue. National Assembly, Senate, House of Representatives, President Buhari, Tinubu, APC, please go and give an international appeal. Let the international army come and join us in this fight. For the love of God, church and nation. Peace. Sunday Adelaja here. If you believe in nation building principles, please like this video, share it with your friends, and let's change our nations together.